Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here with another channeled message. This is a specific message. It might resonate with you. It might not. Okay, so this message that I'm picking up on, it came in hot. Okay, it came in crystal clear. And just a spoiler alert, I don't know when this message is going to actually come out on the channel, but I've been formulating some spells for some candles that break love spells, love curses, and things like that. And as a part of the spells that I've been crafting, it has this kind of like reveal quality to it. So I feel like I've just been immersed in that kind of energy, and it's off of the back of that I feel like I've been doing a lot of chanting and a lot of refining of those spells and of that energy. It's off of the back of that I feel like this message is actually really coming in. So this is a very disturbing message, and I literally feel like I could cry. Because I feel like this person has actually caused you a lot of pain, but they've done it behind the scenes and they've done it in secret. And I do actually feel like there has been a spell work done here. Now, this person that is being highlighted to me in my mind is actually the mother of a masculine figure. And I feel like this mother's obsession with you goes way back is what I'm getting. And I feel like this is actually lifetimes, because I'm seeing them covet you and covet your energy. And weirdly, actually, I think this mother may have some kind of schmegdual obsession with you, some kind of fixation. And maybe this is because of some kind of repressed energy in her, where during that time period or those lifetimes, she was not allowed to express herself in that way. So perhaps I just heard the word tradition very loud. So she was forced down a more traditional life path whereby she got married to a male and had children. And I feel like she had a male child, and that is actually your soulmate, where there's quite a bit of chemistry between you and this masculine. Like, this masculine has his eye on you, and I think that's part of her fixation with you as well. And I'm hearing jealousy very loudly. And jealousy, of course, is the feeling that we are afraid to lose something. I just heard something that we love, something that we feel possessive over. And I think she's got this weird possessive feeling over her son, and it's passed for love for way too long, because it's not. It's control, it is strategy. And so I feel she has snuck around in order to try to insert herself in your connection. And this is very sneaky, the way that she's done this, in very sneaky, sly kind of ways. And sly is really standing out to me for some reason. I don't know why. I just want to say it like that, like sly, really sly kind of ways. I don't know. And I feel like part of that is magic. She wants to hold the key to your connection. And I feel like that's the emotions involved. And I feel like she wants to narrate this. And I do feel in the past, at the very least, and possibly in this lifetime as well, there's been some kind of spell work. I just heard that's been attached to you. And of course, that is signaling to some kind of attachment here. Insecurity is what I'm hearing. Attached to you, some kind of insecurity. I actually feel that she has sought to undermine your connection, to make both of you feel weak, to make both of you feel insecure in this. I feel like there's actually been justice called on this situation in some way, shape, or form. Like, the scales of truth are actually, like, the truth of her involvement, because she's showing up as the high priestess. So this could be some kind of magic, she could be a very intuitive person, but she sits in the background. She feels shackled to something here herself, and she sits very proudly and kind of quietly as well. There's a weird stoicism here, and there's kind of like a like apathetic. When I'm looking at her face looks apathetic, meaning like unemotional, like where. And I don't know, she could try to come across as emotional or jovial or something, but behind it, it's just like very, like kind of dead in the eyes, and really like I'm seeing a deadness in the smile. And I'm actually seeing her zero in on your smile. And I think that is actually what she covets, because I think that she wants to control your joy. And I think that's what she gets off on, is actually controlling joy. And this is reminding me of other readings that I picked up on, where I kind of have picked up on somebody that has these like latent, I don't know what to call it, like it's their smexuality, but I don't think they're in touch with it, because I think that it's been repressed. And to me, there's some kind of karma that needs to be paid back, possibly on a societal or cultural level, by not allowing people to love who they love. They kind of, in a way, wreak havoc on like the community and the structure. They undermine the things that people who have tried to put a damper on that claim that they care about, family, connection, community, and stuff. And I feel like this is kind of a karma that's playing out, a lesson as to why you need to allow people to love who they love and trust that that's also God, like moving through us in a way. I feel like this person has actually been a victim of that, but they go about victimizing other people, and it's because they don't feel spark and they don't feel joy. But again, I'm seeing this person zero in on your smile, and they may have even targeted you because of that. Like even before their son knew you or met you or something, they noticed you, because I'm seeing you kind of move about a market. And this definitely looks ancient to me. This looks like my hands are sweating. And like, this looks ancient times to me. So again, I think this goes way, way back, because I'm seeing this person watch you. Look, there she goes again. Like, da, 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 da. That's from Beauty and the Beast, right? Where she's just kind of moving about the market. Her head's in the clouds and her nose stuck in a book, right? So I don't think that you notice this person noticing you. There's a real sense of this person moving in the periphery and moving in the shadow in order to control you. And I think it's because they know that you're not into them. I think they can see that because you're into their son, kind of thing. So the best that they can do is to try to control you. Oh my gosh, I literally just heard someone cry out, like crying, like, like, you know, and yeah, there's a lot of pain behind this, but they keep it like really bottled down. But like I said, I'm seeing them zero in on your smile, and there could have even been spell work done here to take your smile, and like, I'm seeing it like, you know, that filter that makes people's heads really, really small and a little bit football shaped and their mouth is huge? It's like that, like putting that on their face, or possibly I just heard on their husband's face or on their son's face or something, trying to, they were transfixed is what I'm getting, like with your smile. But I feel like there's been some kind of spell work done here, and it's around the smile. Even if it's not around the smile, you know, like directly. I think it has to do with your happiness and your expression of joy, because this is a person who likes to control joy. I think they have a fascination with joy because they've been cut off from it. They've never been able, I just heard they've never been celebrated for like being their true self. They've never been able to experience their true self or to actually follow through on genuine, true chemistry. And I've picked up on this in other readings here in the past. So they noticed that there was like good chemistry, good vibes, a positive feeling. And there may have been spell work done here as well in order to engender that between the two of you. But I'm literally hearing from Practical Magic, Sandra Bullock's character, the first man that she marries. So there's a curse like on that family where when they really, really love their husbands end up kicking the bucket. And that actually happened. But, you know, Sandra Bullock kind of kept to herself, because honestly, you would. If you knew that your family had a curse like that, like, would you not also keep to yourself? So, but their aunts, her aunts that like are witches and stuff, they put a spell on her to just give her a little fun, you know, allow her like a romp in the hay. That's really what they thought that it was going to be. They were like, well, we didn't expect that you would actually love him. And she's like, well, I did, and I want him back, right? But they can't bring him back, kind of thing. But Sandra Bullock says in that, she's like, oh my God, you didn't, like my own flesh and blood, because they ended up having 2 kids. And she was like, it was just a spell, but she actually like really loved him, you know? So there could have been something done like that, where this mother actually like did a binding spell or some kind of chemistry spell or something to have her son like into you, or to like foster some kind of chemistry. But I also think there's a natural chemistry here, but she just wants to control it. And I think she likes keeping this son insecure. But again, she does it very subtle in the background, and she does it by keeping him pumped up on some kind of fantasy here. And possibly this has to do with like his feminine side, or making him think certain things about you, that you are just in love with the fantasy of him or something like that, and making him feel small and making him feel insecure. And that is so, ew, I just heard Sunny Boy. Like, oh, is that okay, Sunny Boy? Like, ugh, my Sunny Boy. And that could have to do with like his disposition or something. There's something weirdly gross and Oedipal about this relationship, where the boundaries aren't correct. The boundaries, shouldn't be as involved in his love life or his Smeg's life as she is. And she wants to piss you off using him, because I'm seeing her pump him up into the King of Wands. Like I'm seeing her just like really grow him, like at least in your mind. So it's the King of Wands, and I'm seeing like a huge member, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing like a masculine stance, like to really kind of get your attention. And that also may not have been necessary, because I feel like if left alone, the two of you, like chemistry would have naturally taken its course for some of you. But she just wants to, again, feel like she wants to insert herself into this process in order to control it. And I think has actually destroyed or ruined like some kind of positive connection. Now, it's also because she's incredibly nosy. She wants like the inside scoop of something. And again, I'm hearing, look, there she goes again. Da, 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 da. And I feel like she wants to know where your power comes from, or where your joy comes from, or like why you're always so happy, or what makes you so different or unique. And there's a hatred to this. There's an envy. There's a jealousy. So she wants to be up in your business, and she is using this masculine as a way for her to be up in your business, and for her to insert yourself in your story, actually, and to try to control your emotions, because she's causing friction here, like between the two of you, because she wants you to be this Queen of Swords and to look at him as the King of Swords. And she also could be pumping him up full of insecurity to where he's involving with other people. This honestly strikes me as a mother who hates women. But I feel like it's weirdly misogynistic because she is attracted to women, I think, on a schmegsual level, and hates them because she can't control them or she can't have them or she doesn't feel like she can. Because obviously this is, well, I don't want to say obviously, like, I was going to say it's 2025, but like, I don't know, LGBT people probably always feel threatened because it's like, I don't know, like if you out yourself, then even though things seem fine, like they can just turn and then now it's not fine. So I don't know. She just doesn't feel like she can be herself. So there's a lot of hatred and resentment. And I do think there's like a hatred of women, but like she is somebody that tries to dominate over the women in his life because and this goes into like astrologically, right? The interplay between Moon and Venus, because Venus is meant to come take a man away from his mother. Meant to. It's meant to sever that umbilical cord. It's meant to sever that tie. That's a healthy, natural thing. But I feel like this is a mother who inserts herself, or a mothering presence, if this is like a father or somebody else, or maybe this is, I don't know. It's weird. And she doesn't want to be obsolete. She doesn't want to lose her position of advice giver. And she wants him, she wants him to run to her breast and not yours, is what I just heard. She wants him to suckle her teat when he's 40. That's what she wants. This is the grossness of the connection that I'm picking up on. She wants to keep him dependent. So this is and it's by not letting him see the truth, first and foremost about himself, because she keeps him on shaky ground, not connecting with his own confidence, where he feels like he can go out on his own and he can accomplish things on his own. Even I just heard you can do hard things, without turning to her. And okay, I literally just heard that part from Defying Gravity. So if you're looking to find me, turn to the western sky. Everyone deserves their chance to fly. Yeah, it's like this is a mom who's trying to keep her baby chicks from flying the nest, or like her baby chick here, whatever it is, and trying to use you and the chemistry between the two of you in order to do it, in order to weaken him. But she herself has this very weird connection. And it's weird because it's like he has to actually protect his soulmate against his mom. He needs to protect himself against his mom as well, too. This is really gross energy coming off of her, really, really disturbed. But she's being outed. She, in some way, there's justice here around this. I feel like this masculine is like very obsessed with you, actually. If you are this like soulmate energy, there is actually a natural chemistry. But I feel like the mom has made him think that you like him or that you will only like him for all the wrong reasons. The things that you don't actually like. And I think she's gone about ruining your connection. Because he was probably a pompous asshole. He was probably leaning into like pompous behaviors. I'm literally seeing Gaston. There's a lot of beauty in the beast energy where I don't think this man is Gaston. I think he is the beast. And the difference between Gaston and the beast is that the beast is gruff, but he's not he's not an a-hole, like, right? He's misguided and stuff. And it sounds like he was a bit of a terror, but he has been softened and he's ready for some kind of spiritual advancement and spiritual change. Whereas Gaston is arrogant, and I feel like she's pushed him into that. But she did it subconsciously to sabotage all of his connections with women and to hurt women as well through him, because she doesn't have the power to hurt women for not being attracted to her, or because she can't have them or something here like that. And literally I'm feeling tear energy. But I just heard Cheshire Cat as well. So I feel like she could sneak in, she could try to sneak in some kind of riddles. But the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland appears at that crossroads, and then gives a bunch of riddles. Like, well, I don't know. I mean, you could go left or you could go right. And I feel like she has a knack of doing that, of just showing up, because she is actually very intuitive. And this man, I think, has been dependent on this monstrosity of a person since he was young. And this feels like nurturing. It's all under the guise of, I'm just looking out for you. When in fact, she's sabotaging him every step that she gets in order to not lose control over him. And she sabotaged something really good because she didn't want a natural process to take place, which is Venus is going to come in and it's going to sever the umbilical cord. And that is actually very good and it's very natural. And I think that she's actually put you in this Queen of Swords. Her influence, and it's a behind the scenes influence, has actually put you in this Queen of Swords energy. Now, if this masculine is a puppet still and allowing him to be himself to be a puppet to this, there's kind of nothing that you can do besides to cut yourself free from this. And I also feel like this is under the guise of like being a protective mother. I actually think you're a protective mother in a healthy way for those of you who have kids, or this is just like an inner side to you because you have an inner child energy. And I feel like at the very least, you had to become a protective mother over your own inner child, where it's like, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve to be treated this way. And you've had to temper out like, being treated this way. And his tricks, which I don't even think comes from him, his like bullshit mannerisms and way of interacting with women are not working towards you. And you are like kind of blocking him off. And that's sad because there's a really natural connection here. But if he's not going to get rid of her and put her in her place, is what I'm getting, like, you're not safe there. And really nobody is safe around this guy. Because these two are like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And he basically just buys all the bullshit she sells. And you can't kind of fault him for that. I mean, he's an adult now, so you can. But it's like all he's ever known kind of thing. Yeah, he needs to take responsibility. I think it's hard for him to take responsibility because he has genuinely been misled and like propaganda is what I'm hearing. Like fed into his ear like since he was a child. But he does want to nurture you and comfort you. He knows he has not respected you. He wants to be a healthy King of Wands and not this like weird, gross King of Wands. He also could have run to her in a past lifetime. He could have known that she does spell work. He could have actually ran to her and been like, I need you to cast a spell on this girl so that she falls in love with me. Meanwhile, you actually had a crush on this guy like back in the day, and he just couldn't approach you and ask you to go on a date or a picnic. A picnic, I just heard a picnic. He just couldn't ask you to do that. So instead he was like, I need this spell. Meanwhile, he didn't. And it just fucked everything up because he went her way about doing it instead of like going about something very directly. And then it put a distance between the two of you. And he really needs to evolve his version of women, like the way that he looks at women. And his mom has a lot of healing to do. And I think needs to be isolated. Like needs to be alone, is hugely codependent, but she's a puppet master and she knows what she's doing. She's doing it very intentionally. And I think you can have compassion for somebody that was put, in a situation that she was put in. But, okay. Yeah. Like she's jealous. Okay. Like there's somebody here and it's a king of swords. I don't think this is her son, but it just well could be. It could be somebody that she's married to here, and she's jealous of him in weird ways. They're very cold to each other. This could be a match of, I just heard disparity, a match of greater disparity. So she could have manipulated, or he could have manipulated, to get themselves into some kind of position in this relationship. I feel like he had affairs as well, and she was angry at that, but she was also jealous of the people that he had affairs with. Yeah. There's a peeking. She's always peeking at the people that he has affairs with. And this also could be the sun. Ew. This is like, she's living vicariously through this sun energy. And she's like always watching in some way. In some way, she's always watching in on, ugh. And it's gross. And she feeds off of the pain of it. And she's attracted to the women that she like tries to bring towards him or censor. This is weird. This is a weird energy. But she knows that you are like the end all be all kind of thing. And that you're also his strength. Like, cause he seems much stronger. I literally just saw like all of his back muscles, which to me, it's like a Leo energy. It's heart energy. It's strength energy. It's energy in legacy and the way that he comes across it's strength in his romance. She wants to keep this man weak. She absolutely does. She wants to throw up blockages, obstacles. She wants to potentially be the authority here. In a situation, there's a real collusion. And if you felt undermined where you and this guy, maybe you lived together, maybe you had a family together, and you're like trying to make financial decisions or something. And then he's always saying little things like, well, my mom thinks that we shouldn't do this. And you're like, the fuck is your mom a third wheel in this connection for at every step of the way? Like literally cut the umbilical cord. It's honestly disgusting. And she's undermining us. And she is. She is. And I feel she's encouraged this man to cheat in some way in order to take away your smile. That's what she wants. She wants to take away your smile. She wants to control your smile. She's obsessed with like bringing about your sadness. And she wants to install him as like having control over another woman, and they're both very sad because it's like misery loves company is what this is. And really he needs to apologize for his sexual strategy because it's no way to be. This man is not been indoctrinated into how to love. And I actually doubt whether, I'm about to say something very powerful here and upsetting. I doubt his mother ever loved him. He was always just a tool in her eyes. And I feel whoever she married or whoever she made him with was always just a tool in her eyes as well. Oh my gosh, she's crying. Every time I say something here, it's like and I'm hearing her just like she can't admit it to herself, but I'm hitting the nail on the head. I can feel myself doing it. And she doesn't want to admit it to herself. And she actually hates herself because she, I think, does love this guy, but she doesn't love anything. Like, these messages that I've been bringing through about she has love the feeling and she has love the intention, but she doesn't have love the skill, and she definitely doesn't have love the action. So she knows she's betrayed him. She knows she's let him down. She knows she has kept him small and insecure. She knows she has been the absolute number one cause of his pain throughout. This is a trauma bond. She knows that. And she's embarrassed and she's ashamed. I'm growing in my mind. Like, I'm growing. Yeah, you should be embarrassed. You should run in shame. You should put your head down in shame, you little... Let me tuck that back in. I'm like intimidating to her, and she knows. And she knows, and she wants to run and hide. She's being seen in this aspect. And that's a part of she's being seen that she misguided him, and she did it on purpose. And she knew what she was doing, and she knew what the outcome would be. She knew, because I keep zeroing in on your smile. Maybe you make him smile. Maybe he makes you smile. She wants to stop that. She wants to erode something good. And it's weird because I feel someone has done this to her, and it feels like culture. It feels like mother culture, And this is just like kicking the can down the road. This is like, it's not being cleared up where it needs to be cleared up. Instead, it's just like she's trying to spread it. She's trying to push it out of her and literally into her son that she claims to love more than anything. But this is absolutely hatred. It's jealousy. Oh, this is so gross. And I feel like she's turned him into a sexual weapon, and she has unleashed him onto the community of women. This is irresponsible, and she did it on purpose. And she had absolute malice in her heart, and she had a determination to harm beautiful young women. Yeah. He's sorry. But so long as he's attached to this person needs to get the hell away from him. And honestly, I just heard the word like convent, because this is a person who needs to be alone. They need to be alone to heal. This person has no idea. And now I feel like this guy is perhaps doomed forever to watch you move on in happiness with somebody who is a divine masculine, for somebody who doesn't do weird shit like this. And now he has to be alone. He is in some hermit energy. Thinking about, I feel like just fantasizing about being the person that you need, and about possibly like reminiscing about like the good times and the good memories when things were simple. And I think it's actually necessary for him to understand that the things he fantasizes about are simple, sweet moments. That is actually what he wants. He wants a Queen of Cups energy. He wants this Three of Cups energy, not like a third party situation, but he wants like a reunion. He wants the Ace of Cups. That's what he wants. Yeah. And that potentially, he didn't see something clearly here. That is true. That like led to some kind of new beginning. And that could have been him being misled. There's justice on this situation though. Because there's just been an immense amount of misery that starts with this mother figure, moves through this masculine energy into the hearts, minds, souls, energies, and lives of many different women that he has absolutely harmed. Through his terrible, unconscionable actions that he is, of course, responsible for. But it's like I literally just saw her shove her hand up his behind and start moving him as a puppet. And I think she just likes to give women, she maybe likes to talk shit, but I feel like it looks like she's not talking shit. She's potentially like clout hungry, but she likes to give women the impression that they don't matter, that they were just used, that they don't have any value, that they don't have any worth besides their schmegdual worth. And there's some kind of schmegdual wounding around this for her, because I think she was reduced down to this by her culture, by her family, where she was expected to like reproduce is what I'm getting. She was expected to breed, or she was expected to try to hook somebody or marry. It could be that she was expected, because she's of a certain society, that she was expected to marry into other members of that society. But it also could be that she was expected to hook somebody from that society in order to maybe she was like the savior of her family. I literally just saw Rose from Titanic, you know, where her mom is like tightening the corset, and it's such an apt metaphor for what's going on there. And she's like, I'm not going to work in the sewing shops, and you have to go get your ass kicked by this literal, arrogant, gross, nasty man. And sorry about it. This is like, you know, you're a pawn in the game, and you have to be okay with being reduced to that. It feels like there's that energy around. And I think that is trauma around being a young woman. That's why she targets these young women. It's like a replaying of the pain, and she felt reduced to a sexual pawn in some way. But she also wanted schmegs from women. Like, that's what she wanted. I'm literally feeling that tear energy again. She wanted schmegs from women, young women at that certain time in her life, and felt like she could not have it, and that she had to maybe watch her husband have affairs on her and be able to sleep with women. So it was like twisting the knife is what I'm getting. So she felt tortured is basically what this is. She felt tortured. She felt trapped in her own skin. Okay, and then I just opened up one of my decks and the bad karma card came out. Clout hungry. Okay, so this could be some level of karma that needs to be played out here, because there's some kind of talking shit energy, or potentially not talking shit when she should have. So she could have had, again, there's that secret energy. There's some kind of secretive energy that she actually did not reveal in order to keep somebody hooked, in order to keep somebody bankrupt. This is like morally, or again, financially, like some kind of like financial, the purse strings, you know, and somebody here is like haunted by that experience, or haunted by somebody here, like moving on, or she encouraged somebody to talk shit. There's something here about the mouth energy. There's a real fixation with the mouth that's coming through, and it's coming through in the spell work here as well. But there's bad karma that's going down, possibly for talking shit or for not talking shit. Like not saying, no, that's a bad person, you can't trust them. Potentially that's like not warning this son, because she can see. This person can see. They are like, I'm talking about third eye. Like this person has the sight, the second sight. And they could see like some kind of bad, this lady, this mother watched something horrible happen. I think she had him do something horrible to you, and then sat back and watched a karmic relationship form that she knew was fucked up, and she knew whoever this other person was fucked up, kept her mouth shut. She should have absolutely been talking shit. This person is a this thing, this person is a that thing, but she didn't, because she wanted to keep somebody hooked, possibly financially, into some kind of like bad karma. She wanted to keep him from his happiness, and she knew that that was you. And there's a clout hungry energy. Says anything, does anything, makes shit up, dramatic. Hurt ego getting in the way. So she could have, I'm just getting that this person, this mother energy, talked shit about you, or like some kind of positive energy. And she said anything, and she could have accused you of this, that you're dramatic, and that you would make shit up or something like that. And then didn't. Or they were clout hungry. So they could have, just the way that they were maybe forced into something here, they try to force, I don't know, it could have been about clout, the way that they were seen. I feel there was a real intention to wound you and your ego, hurt ego getting in the way of a relationship. I mean, she's stoking ego here in this guy. And I feel like you're just trying to protect yourself, and then she's probably narrating that and saying, oh, well, it's because she's not into you, it's because you guys don't have any chemistry, instead of, it's because you're treating her like shit. And any person who has a modicum of self-respect is going to tell you to hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. And it's because he's misrepresented himself, but he's done it by taking this like terrible advice. Yeah. But I feel like this is evil. Like she actually wanted to see you hurt and broken, and she wanted your ego to be bruised, because there's a confidence, there's a happiness, a joy, and a confidence, and she wanted to see it destroyed. And I feel like that's in you, but it's also in her son here as well. And she encourages him to have affairs because she knows he's not satisfied in the relationship, and she knows that it would never satisfy him, because she knows that this person's fucked up. She sat by and watched this man glue himself to some kind of fucked up energy. And there's also some justice here about that, because there's some kind of bad karma. I just heard like on the family name or whatever she expected to get out of the situation. It's like turning, something here is like played out. And yeah, there's also like potentially a stalker energy, but that's really her. And it could be on a psychological level. This person could have been obsessed with you for a long time. It's a very threatening energy, but she feels she could be trying to blackmail you or somebody else. There's bad karma here for sure. That's being evened out. There's justice on this situation. And I feel like she's being usurped from her position because something is played out, and it's led to bad karma, like intensely negative karma. And a mother is karmically responsible, I'm hearing this, for protecting her child. And I'm telling you, this woman sat back, encouraged this man to destroy his relationship with you, but also just to destroy his life and to destroy his self-esteem, to try to bring him to his knees so that he felt attached to her. And then she sat back and did not warn him when she saw him go after somebody who was, I'm hearing, nuts, crazy. She could see that this person was like batshit or like malintended in some way. She saw it and she didn't warn him about it because she felt that she benefited, that she was going to make him crazy. That's what it was. I just felt it again, the crying energy. Like, it's like, yeah, you didn't protect your kid, did you? This is disgusting. Anyways, and maybe some of you, I'm literally seeing you yell at her and being like, you're disgusting and you're a laughingstock and you are a disgrace to the title mother. And I'm literally seeing you defend him actually and just get in her face and be like, knock it the fuck off. And if you're allowed to see her clearly, which he has to stop having secret conversations with her that are very strategic because she is sabotaging him. She is not a confidant, which is sad to say about your mother, but honestly, join the club. So, yeah. And this could mirror in your life in some way here, possibly too, because I just said that. But yeah, I'm actually thinking that you are actually his protector in that way, like where another woman is concerned. And that's surprising, possibly. Oh, I just heard mother knows best, right? That Rapunzel energy where she tries to keep Rapunzel locked away in the tower. And it's like, oh, it's just such a scary world. And Rapunzel is like so excited to show her when she hit that man over the head with the frying pan. Like, look, I can take care of myself. But it's like, mother knows best. And actually, it's surprising to him that I just saw you bare your fangs. And like I'm just hearing that low growl. You're actually protecting him the way she should. That's how disgraceful. How utterly disgraceful. Because you didn't give birth to this man. You met him at some stage in his life. Like, you just have, I think, very I just heard, I need a pair of strong legs and a strong back to go in after it. So maybe you're the diamond in the rough. Maybe you just know what it feels like to struggle. And I just feel like you have a strong sense of goodness and a strong sense of justice. And I feel like you just don't like her kind. And it doesn't have anything to do with any demographic information. You just don't like somebody who intentionally tries to fuck shit up for somebody, especially somebody as close to them as their own child. So anyways, how gross. But I feel like there's justice energy, justice in the building. The truth is coming out about this. And there is some kind of like karmic repercussion, karmic rebalancing, where this man, I think, is realizing that he's into you. He has a natural chemistry with you that he just did not honor. And he could have, again, asked for a spell to be done. And that actually fucked shit up because this is a genuine soulmate connection. I think he has some karma actually here because he has colluded with this energy, and it does have to do with you moving on to greener pastures, because I actually think it is justice for you to stand in your Queen of Swords energy and just to say enough is enough. And so long as this is the company you keep, you're going to be alone. And that's the truth of it. And you need to get real quick. You need to deal with the truth of it. Stop being your mother's child. Like, literally cut ties with this. It's bad for you. It's literally bad for you. And so long as he's attached to her, he's going to have bad karma. Yeah. And there's Seven of Swords energy, which is like Moon in Aquarius. And he's got to cut the umbilical cord here, but I'm hearing like the hero's journey, and I'm kind of seeing the island of misfit toys, because those of us who have had to cut away from toxic family, what you get good at is building family elsewhere. You realize that the world can be your family, and that actually there's things that you can have in common with people that are not the same age as you, don't look anything like you, come from a different place than you. You can have more similarities with them. I literally just got goosebumps. You can have more similarities with them than you can like the people in your own family, and they can have your back. And I feel like this man needs to go on that journey. Ironically, I feel like that's what the mom needed to do. And I'm hearing myself say in those other readings that there was like a crossroads moment where she needed to go somewhere, Aquarian, so like go to a different country or something, and probably would have gotten to fulfill some of her, like erotic impulses, and also built friends and a community that would like protect her, and it would allow her to stand up and then not repeat this karmic cycle. I feel like there's a real Aquarian energy where it's like you have to go the non-traditional way. And this is a family. I'm literally hearing that as part of the family curse here. There's a family who has to learn how to do it, because the glue that holds this family together is strategy, deceit, backstabbing. They backstab each other here. I mean, if you've got a situation here where a mother is backstabbing her son to this degree, I'm just heard like betraying the oath of motherhood. This is nuts. This is literally nuts. So I feel like they have to embrace that Aquarian energy where it's like you got to go find soul family somewhere. Learn how to be alone, break the codependent ties, look into yourself, and how somebody here like kept you weak under the guise of nourishment, under the guise of family. Understand what that word actually means or should mean. What you thought it meant, and that this person used that as a weapon, kind of a thing. So anyways, that's what I have for you. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.